lower end systems and less powerful graphics cards to do far more in VR. If you do have a lower end system, I'd suggest maybe trying it out. You may be happy with the results and extra frames that you get. Now, I'm a huge fan of full body tracking and motion capture, and it's something I pretty much do every day. But that's also enabled by the fact that I have base stations and Vive trackers, two things that almost every Quest owner doesn't have. Well, a company known as Akia Research Institute, VR Lab, just released its demo for a software suite that allows users to do full body tracking with just 2 cameras. This could be 2 webcams or a webcam paired with a smartphone camera. While the software they're showing off is about $100, it seems like a great way for people to affordably try out full body tracking, and it looks pretty darn good actually. Other cheap camera-based full body tracking usually has high latency and the tracking precision doesn't come close to Vive trackers. But from what I've seen, this looks pretty convincing and even captures more points than what a basic Vive tracker setup will do. I will be putting up a video soon showing off all of these tracking methods and comparing them, so stay tuned for that. The Vive Pro 2's wireless adapter now supports a higher resolution than initially promised. For those who don't know, the adapter was only able to transmit a resolution of 2448 by 1224 at 90 Hz. The new beta update allows for 3264 by 1632 at 90 Hz. While this is still not near the native resolution that the Vive Pro 2 can reach with its wired connection, it's a much welcome change.
Upgrade your Xbox controller with Duracell Optimum batteries today.
Anything, Doc?
Okay, well then, be nice to me, why don't you? No.
Water intake is reducing, as you can see at the top right.
That's where that cool attack.
The little speech bubbles here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they all have interesting things to say. Some have tips, some throw shade. Like this guy on the bench that I love him so much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mario Golf Day 1. Mario Golf Day fucking
Wow.
Good sass.
Good day,
You know,
sir.
he's trying to say helpful things.
Mario Golf.
He has an attitude
Super
about
Day
it.
1.
He has a hard
Holy
time making
shit.
You know,
All right.
very relatable.
Well,
Let's see.
we're gonna go
Where's my-
explore the
which capture
country
is this
club,
one?
and we're gonna go here to the right. Where is the
about to
cafe?
get ready
Where
for-
everybody's enjoying really yummy meals.
Oh, the pink
Namco.
shy guy.
So
A little slice of life in the Mushroom
Damn, but
Kingdom.
my
just
phone
hanging
turned
out.
off. I ain't even
I'm such a
realize it.
sucker for
Holy
that,
shit.
Rob. I'm so like anytime that you get to see Mushroom Kingdom inhabitants just hanging out in their free time, playing some golf.
Living their best life.
There's a lot
past
for
the
me to
locker
enjoy there.
rooms, give them their privacy. Go straight into the store. So
we
we're gonna back out.
got a
Speaking of
full
progressing
open
in the
world.
story.
Yes. Segway.
Segue.
We're gonna go
Golf
to
clap for
Miami.
that segue. Excellent segue.
So Miami is level 51 because I've done a lot of progression through Golf Adventure. A lot of progression. And the red arrow is pointing backwards, but I do want to come over here. We're in a different area. It's Balmy Dunes. So the course is here. It's very dry, very deserty, which you would expect. There's quicksand, which is something that you need to account for. And there's also, because it's a desert, you need to account for your water intake. So I'm going to go to the vendor here just to show the different inventory that they have.
Still that banana fade and banana draw driver.
Yep.
It's so popular. Popular item.
But here's some new
The
attire.
knees are so.
Some cool attire.
Yeah, that I want to
Cool.
change into because I happen to purchase. Okay.
So you can just hop out.
So the water acts as your life total basically during this boss fight.
Yes.
Attacks drain a lot of water.
Very
Yeah.
hot in
Did
the
this nigga just say a boss
It
fight?
is.
Oh,
no.
Even
Yo, there's
harder.
actually boss fights.
So here's the quicksand
What in
that I
the
was
hell?
talking about. So I'm going to jump to try to get out of it.
And you can see the location of those little lightning balls that marked by exclamation points on the map.
Correct.
So that's handy.
Ooh.
Oh,
Right
that
into
is so
these
crazy.
first-
Oh my
Nice.
gosh.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
shot.
Nice work.
All right, so now I have to go all the way across to get to. I'm gonna do
Oh.
a special dash.
I like that you're
that.
kind of just playing chicken with it as you stand in the middle of its purple attack area. and-
Where is? Oh, there it is.
She's playing
Wow,
Sacred
you're
Flame
really
Beast with it,
close.
Rob.
Sorry, yes. Sorry. That was insensitive of me.
Oh, too strong?
Oh, another
no,
good
I got
shot.
it. I
Oh,
got it.
got it. Nice.
Yes.
Work.
Oh, this is cool. Yeah, day
I
one.
think
Day one Mario
they
Golf.
mentioned-
flame.
They show split screen. Yeah, I ain't know it was gonna be like that. They literally got
see.
Shot.
That was
golfing
pretty
mechanics.
Yeah.
That's Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Nice.
All right.
I'm not too worried about that.
And this
This is
grid-based
what I'm worried
system might
about
look
right here.
familiar to fans of Fire Emblem, and this is similar, except for in this game you actually control squadrons of units instead of individual characters, which obviously has its own challenges, as Dee's going to show us.
Yes. It's really cool how they do this. So everything is turn-based. Essentially, I'm going to end my turn, and then the enemy will go, and that will consist of the first day.
Olaf.
Hello, Olaf.
All right.
Like any new Metroid game.
He's
Yep.
clearly the good guy.
And Blue Moon is the name of the army that Olaf works.
I
So
really
we are the
cannot
Orange
believe we got
Star Army.
Metroid 5, bro. Like I can't
All right, everything's
believe
looking
we
good
got
so
Metroid
far.
5
I was hoping they would lose
at
4.
all.
One more additional tank right here. Okay, that's okay. All right, we're doing okay. All right,
So
so
this is definitely day one. I always love me
Already.
some Advance
Okay,
Wars.
so
Something
for
about that
those who are
setup and
wondering,
the
you see
graphical
right here it
style.
says
Love
damage
Advance Wars.
55%. So that's percent I'm gonna do good amount of damage.
So they showed that.
So I'm going to start with Wario, of course, that makes sense, and plays Cricket and 18 Volt as well.
So you're like building a team of 3.
Yeah, you
folks
get to pick
take.
sort of a small crew to take with you into these micro games, and they all control differently. And well, I'll let the visuals do the talking.
Yeah.
And you, Ethan.
And for anyone who's not familiar with micro games, they're basically these little bite-sized games, really fast, really hectic, really chaotic, and the goal is to finish them as quickly as possible before the time runs out.
Yep.
But part of the fun is figuring out what exactly you have to do. So
Right.
Hypnotize here.
Yep. And each micro game has a way to succeed, and if you don't do that specific thing, you will lose one of your little life bars down below, as you can see. But we're already seeing, though, the different characters, and this is new to the WarioWare series, the different characters behave and act differently and have different abilities. So young Cricket there we just saw has the ability to jump high. We've got 18 Volt here throwing these discs from his head. And that's going to change the way that you play the same micro games.
Right. You
Different
never
characters are
know.
going to play them differently.
And you never know who you're going to get. So it's always, completely random. Maybe you are really familiar with the game, you're used to playing with a certain character, but now you have a completely different character.
Right.
So,
So you pick the 3, but then you don't really have control over which character is going to play which stage.
Brandon
It's
is
still
just knocking it out of the
WarioWare
park here.
as
I mean, if you-
fuck.
everybody
This
play
is
it,
all I need
No,
right.
try
I
it for the
need
rest of the
this.
segment. Okay.
You can do it.
Yes.
I love the different art styles that are on display.
You definitely need to expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's fun, when you win, there's a different animation. When you lose, there's a
Right,
different animation.
right.
And both are super wacky and fun to look at. Like, oh, I love this one. Look at this little Mario. Oh,
Well, it's super fun to just watch these games because
Yes.
you get to pay attention to all the detail that's happening on the screen. Whereas when you're playing, you're really focused on trying to succeed. So it's maybe only in repeated playthroughs that you get to see those details. But
Yeah, I appreciate you guys helping explain what's happening because I'm entering a fugue state the longer I play these micro games.
and now Brandon has made it to the boss level of Wario's level, and this is a little bit longer than the other micro games, as you can see. Each level will have a different boss level, obviously. Since this is Wario, you can
That's
see
close.
you've got the
Woo, we
garlic
almost jumped. I saw that.
volcano in the background.
Volcano.
Yeah, Cricket controls very differently than, say, 18 Volt or WarioWare would in this stage. As Wario, I would be floating around and having a little more control and a little easier time. And as 18 Volt, I'd even be stationary and only have to worry about hitting my target. But here, I actually have to actively move around platformer style, which is very different for a
Yeah.
WarioWare game.
yeah, and you'll find, some characters are really well suited to some stages and will make that stage a cinch, and then another character, based on their particular ability, might have a little bit more of a challenge on that stage. So again, it adds that extra layer, not knowing what to expect.
Fucking
we'll stop
amazing.
there.
Okay.
Very nice,
Wario, a
Brandon.
brief
I'm
break
very
in
happy
action.
with that.
Because in a
Big
first-time playthrough of story
Huge.
mode,
Wide
you get to
happy.
the boss micro game and then back out and get to explore other
Huge
levels.
happy.
If you return, you get to just keep playing and see how high your score can get.
Right.
So instead of playing more and revealing more of those micro games, we're going to save that.
It's big time, baby. Big time.
And we're going to hop into a different level here. We're playing
Oh, I
loaded.
love
See, what made
Zelda.
WarioWare
Actually, Brandon, I
hard.
don't want you to have all the fun.
WarioWare is
yourself, so
lit
do you mind
because it
if I
celebrates not
hop
only
in here as well?
Nintendo's
Would not
history.
mind at all.
It
In
makes
fact,
like
that's one
new
of the other
games
features
out of
this
original
Mario
shit that
game,
we already know, so
is
you don't
that
even know
two-player
what
has
to
been added
expect when shit
on
pop
this
up.
segment until
That's what made
all of the
WarioWare so
gears
fucking
on
funny.
Wah.
We're doing this? For
We are doing
yes,
it.
I mean this. We're not letting anybody leave. I will
Brandon.
hold you down in your chair until you do this. So, I'm going to kick it off, right? Okay.
We doing it.
Wah!
Perfect.
Very
Perfect.
satisfying.
That was
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you.
Bum.
Now we can end the segment.
Okay.
love
WarioWare
it.
Get It Together is coming out on September 10th, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Please stay tuned for more Nintendo Treehouse Live, and coming up.
Cool. There.
And this creature over here is blocking my pathway, and it's getting a little bit more jittery as I get closer to it.
That's really creepy.
Maybe I can coerce it out.
Insecty sounds. Ugh.
Worm.
You gotta parry it when it comes towards you.
Note for anyone who hasn't yet seen the first segment, this is the first new 2D Metroid in 19 years.
Yes.
So this is very, very exciting for Metroid fans.
Yeah, I liked how you countered that worm and shot it.
Yeah, so
Whole bunch
each enemy has like their patterns to learn, so definitely want to watch and see how you can counter them, or if you need to tackle them in a different way.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
So this is Corpus. He is one of the bosses that you'll encounter in Metroid Dread. We happened to see him very briefly in the first segment. It was the very shimmery creature that was lurking in the background.
No longer lurking.
No.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He's warping.
He just shot that projectile that he shot out of his mouth and got some missiles. So having good aim is in your favor here.
Yeah, so it's very key to learn the boss's patterns, but also find where to hurt him. And it looks like his face is the weak spot right now.
Yeah, that tail is pretty deadly, so you want to keep your distance. And of course, as always, you want to keep an eye on your missile counts.
Yeah, so since my missile count's running low, I'm going to use Charge Beam, which is also effective. Now he turned invisible.
Yeah,
Great.
What he needed was to be invisible. That's what I think.
It makes it a little bit harder to find its face, but
Hey,
I can
boop, boop.
try. Otherwise, you could see, yep. So that little glowy point,
Okay, we got 12 minutes until Bandai Namco.
try to aim for that.
Glow, shoot it. It's a good maxim for video games in general.
Got this.
And now it's throwing a tantrum, so it broke some of the environment. And I see some blue magnetic strips there, which I could probably use to my advantage. Oh. And now it reared its ugly head and turned to its backside, which is probably its best side.
Hyper hurt.
Also
Both sides are
rearing
pretty
for
bad.
something. I don't. Ow. Okay.
No.
Yeah, this right here is definitely day one. I require me some Metroid. I don't want to see too much because I'm playing through this fully.
Potentially open up other areas. And he also had a few little tidbits about
Boy.
Phantom Cloak, which we
Niggas is playing this shit, but they don't play
found out
Metroid. Them boys trash.
thanks to Teresa's explanation.
Them boys trash on the treehouse. They end up dying. They taking damage.
Background.
I know that ain't a game over screen. I see.
Try this again.
Go away.
Did they give you the hands? Nah.
Meanwhile, your rage is just getting lower and lower.
No, don't say that.
No,
It's fine.
I mean, it's fine. It's all fine.
I hope. Okay.
Chicken got you crazy. Oh, count 3, 5, 7. Well, you don't know nothing about that. They don't know nothing about that. They don't know. They don't know. Soul, I know you know, but they don't know.
Go. Ah! No.
No.
It hurt.
Run.
This country got you crazy too.
Can I trick it?
Every bounty hunter for themselves.
Yep. I'm brave. Oh. I will escape you.
So when it turns red with pursuit mode, it will still be able to.
Oh,
find
Oh, it's
you.
on your ass. Ooh, and you get a kill scene?
Oh no.
Fucking awesome.
No.
Damn.
So
Are
brutal. Okay.
That one's
brutal
tough.
dodge. They're nearly impossible to counter. Oof.
All right, let's try this again.
Back into Wolfston we go.
Skip that cutscene.
I like that though.
Glorious.
See, this is why I like the Zito. Make it hard, make it difficult for real. I want to
you're
feel
there already,
Samus's
okay.
stress.
Waiting.
She's stuck in this shit by herself. I want to see how she gets out of this.
There.
And the simple fact that we haven't seen an actual Metroid yet means that is she still harnessing the power of the Metroid in the suit?
Maybe I can outrun.
Could we know that they on her ass, unapologetically on her ass.
Open faster, please. Okay.
All right.
Awesome. All right. So
That
here's
sound's gone. Thank you.
So redirecting the thermal fuel.
Hyper hard.
Let's follow it.
I don't want to
See where
spoil
it
none of the
goes.
rest of this for me. Are we talking? Are we gonna talk more about Breath?
Welcome back to E3 20.
Hello and welcome to IGN's E3 2021
Ooh, that
Nintendo Direct
resolution.
reaction show.
Ooh,
I'm your host,
that
Brian Altano. We just saw a
like
Nintendo Direct
pixel
plus
art.
this Treehouse presentation, all that
Ooh,
fun
that
stuff.
bit great.
Here to unpack it are my friends Casey DeFreitas,
They look like
Zach
they on
Ryan,
dial-up.
Joe Scrubbles. What else can we say? Let's get right into it. Breath of the Wild 2. We got new stuff for Breath of the Wild 2. I thought we weren't
Can
going
we
to.
get some new stuff for y'all's
I
resolution?
thought
Does
we-
it fit?
Remember that
God damn. That
the
shit's
original
hard to
Breath of
look
the
at.
Wild had a ton of other references to older Zelda games, the Koroks, stuff tied to Majora's Mask, different locations that were kind of burned out or knocked down in across Hyrule. So
damn, Nick.
This could be like, obviously it's all pure speculation, and maybe this stuff that's tying in is just like a nice wink and a nod.
No, I don't want to hear nothing else y'all got to
Behind
say
Samus
sounding
Returns,
like
which is
that.
a game runs of, you're gonna want to watch
history.
Country got you crazy.
IGN.
Who talking shit? Let me get them. I'll tear their soul apart. Let me get them.
So I posted the plot meme on the Final Fantasy thread. It got from pretty good likes. We finally got one negative Nancy. She's like, y'all really went through and took a picture of some fake titties. I was like, nah, girl, we just pressed screenshot.
That's it. It was real quick. You acting like we had to hunt for the titties. They
we
were
were
there.
already watching it. They did it for us.
They were there. We ain't had to work for the
That's
titties.
official gameplay footage, bro. That's in the game.
The audacity. See, that's what I'm talking about in these groups, bro. Folks could just talk. And I'm like, no, I'm sick of all of y'all. All the trolls gonna get it.
No, I'm just gonna be real with them.
Yeah, because all you gotta do is hit them with the truth.
You can pervert every other franchise on my group, not Final Fantasy stuff.
That's not the one.
You can make fun of it, but don't get mad.
I'm gonna get in your ass. Because now it's to the point to where like the trolls are coming out and then they'll admit that they ain't even play the game, but they just want to talk shit. They want to be included in the conversation.
It's just a video game.
Niggas mad right now in this group about Kazuya. He mad about Kazuya being in Smash. He said, "Well, I never played Tekken, but it looks like he's a clone of Ryu."
No.
Nigga, who raised you?
That man's one of the most. He's more comedic than all of Capcom.
Like that's a funny joke.
They get thrown into a volcano at the end of every game.
So, my homies that hit me with a message said that man literally got a 10-hit string plus his electric moves that follow from Tekken.
Oh, they
He's
put
a
it
monster.
in?
He's a monster.
Oh,
Yes.
they put it in the
He
game.
Tekken as fuck, and I'm scared, but I'm ready. At the same time, I'm
Man,
ready.
they talk all this shit until they meet what's her name? The one they just released that literally can knock you out 40%.
Oh, girl. The two girls they just dropped.
Xenogears?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nah. They talk all. Go ahead, Tekken. Go ahead, talk.
But go ahead and show them with the hand.
Y'all haven't seen the B combo yet. You dead.
You want to talk about rough? They'll put you in the dirt, boy.
She don't even need a 10-hit combo. Kazuya needs 10 hits.
He needs 10 hits to apply pressure.
She don't need that hit.
I am mortified.
They haven't seen the PK Fighter spell.
Oh, but the rumor is for Zelda. Real quick, I saw Ganon. For some reason, Link in Zelda finds Ganon's body under the Hyrule Castle.
I think that was in the trailer, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was in the original trailer. In this one, they woke that nigga up, and we already know that Link's hand got caught in whatever transpires there and gets blown the fuck off.
What if?
And it absorbs some kind of essence.
What if the three of them take on the creator of the Triforce, the one who blessed them with the powers?
It's Zelda. You don't know, do you?
No, I don't know like that. You know that.
Zelda is Goddess Hylia.
Oh, so they're gonna fight God form Zelda.
She's always God form Zelda.
Really?
She just don't know who she is.
What if she's
That's
waking,
the
what if
wild
she,
thing.
what if she's waking up in 2?
So she already woke up at the end of Breath of the Wild 1 when you got to free her. That 100-year fight is her. That's Goddess Hylia fighting. Get the essence of Ganon.
The whole time.
Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword is literally you have Zelda being forced to reawaken as Hylia, and then you have Link having to basically follow his path of destiny to stop Demise, and Demise ended up cursing everyone.
So what if does Link have a god form?
Link is just pure human courage. That's what Link is. So he is.
And he gets reincarnated every time.
He's human courage. That's all he is.
Zelda gets reincarnated, but she stays
A god, yes.
And then
But her powers just gotta
Ganon
wake up.
gets reincarnated, but he's just mean. He's just
Yeah, he is literally like that. Malice.
He's
He's pure purple goop. He is like the raw form of old boy from the Power Rangers movie that was selling the lean.
So you think maybe Zelda is the bad guy?
Zelda might be getting killed in this shit. In my opinion, I don't think Link is going to make it out alive. I don't think Zelda's going to make it out alive, and I think Ganon is possibly going to switch over and regain his humanity.
Man, if you don't make a Sonic meme while you playing that game and have his ass just show up in the top Skyward Temple somewhere,
Just drop him up somewhere or Angel Island.
man.
Man, you already know
Angel
Angel Island gonna be in that bit because 100%. You got to sit down and think. We are dealing with floating islands. So Skyloft is already one of the lost providences of Angel Island. That's already, we got to get that off the board. That's one of the lost providences. It floated off, and it's on top of Costa Rica. So that's all. Bro, the lore of Zelda is so deep, it's ridiculous, man. Yes, sir. Bro, we ain't had a 2D Metroid, a new one, in 19 years. 19 years, yo. I can't get over that. We got Metroid 5. We back like chiropractic. Oh, y'all all right? Okay. That ain't good. That ain't good. No.
I'm sorry. Advance Wars and franchises that Pear and I are constantly going
All right.
back and forth about. Like, where's
I got
Advance
these
Wars?
boys up in the
Where's
background.
F-Zero? Has Nintendo completely forgotten about these? So it's so awesome to see these, even just remakes, reimaginings of the original ones, because it at least gives us an idea that like Nintendo still has these around. Like they still are thinking about these franchises. And honestly, these first two games are phenomenal, and this is a great opportunity to reintroduce this franchise to a whole new generation of gamers, a whole new generation of potential fans. I think that the big thing here is this art style. You know, like I'm seeing a lot of chatter about, you know, the pixel art was perfect. That people not
Emotionless
loving
demon. Let's go.
I'm fine with it. I think it looks awesome. I love the toyetic design. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Link's Awakening remake. So like I'm super into this, and I can't wait. You know, it's tough because this year I made a resolution. I said I was not gonna replay any games that I've previously played. I was only gonna focus on, you know, playing new games. But I'll definitely make an exception for these two games because these are bangers.
One last thing I wanted to talk about was Tekken and Smash Brothers together at last. Kazuya has been added to the roster. He killed Kirby. Ganon was murdered. There was a lot going on there. One of the two Smash Brothers drops we're going to get for characters. We're at the very tail end of that very long game development cycle. Smash Brothers is almost done. Casey, real quick, are you excited for this one?
I liked the art, and also Kirby did not get killed because Kirby is indestructible. He's the final survivor in the original Ultimate trailer, and he survived and got away scot-free from Kazuya as well. It's up to him.
Everybody, boy, Kazuya was putting everybody in the dirt. He dropped everybody in the earth. That shit funny.
But there's just a little bit left. I want to thank my Nintendo friends here, or my Super Nintendos.
Okay, that was actually hard. Super Nintendos is cold. I like that.
Namco E3 presentation. So let's see what else the studio behind Dark Souls, Elden Ring, and Boruto have in store for E3.
Boruto.
Are we still up? Are we still up and running?
All right.
Because there we go.
There it is. Bye. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Okay, here we go. Namco starting up. Bandai Namco.
We see how many have fallen into shadow.
Satellite sweeps of the war zone have uncovered what appears to be an underground storage facility. But I strongly suspect it's where chemical weapons are hidden, so we need to move fast.
Ready to go dark.
To descend
Boys getting
into
ready
the
to go dark.
unknown alone is extremely brave.
Man out, hold fire.
Or extremely foolish.
We're gonna sigh out this shit.
Brothers in arms, or will it be a case of each man for himself?
Get down! They're up on the ridge! Return fire!
You teeter on the edge of an abyss. Your survival depends on the choices you make. They will be as a compass, guiding you through the unknown.
Where on God's green earth have we landed?
What nightmare have these luckless souls fallen into?
You keep lookout.
Look out. Look out for what?
One by one, their lights will be snuffed out. Unless you can find the means to save them. Trapped beneath the earth, swallowed
We have to move, let's go.
by the void. Will you find the path to salvation? Or be lost in the darkness? Forever.
Give it to him, Judas. Give it to him, Judas.
We're here at Supermassive to talk about the next game in the Dark Pictures anthology, House of Ashes. And I'm joined by exec producer Dan. How you doing?
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Right,
Really cool.
so let's start at the very start. We're going to be talking about House of Ashes for most of the interview, but for those that don't know, tell us about the Dark Pictures anthology.
The Dark Pictures is a series of narrative, story-driven, branching horror stories. Each one is standalone. They each tell a different story, completely separated from the others, but within the same universe, so there is connection between them all. House of Ashes is set at the end of the Iraq War in 2003, with links 4,000 years ago that set the story up.
So tell us more about the theme and themes, I suppose, within House of Ashes.
It starts off with a military unit. They've got some new technology that can look for weapons of mass destruction underground. They think they've identified something in the Zagros Mountains in Iraq. And then as part of that, they come into conflict with an Iraqi unit. There's a pitched firefight, and then the two groups are plunged underground. There's an earthquake of some sort, and it's revealed that there's a hidden temple underground, these big massive structures, but these different groups, they're all separated. Radio contact is lost, and they're submerged in this black darkness.
Where on God's green earth have we landed?
And then they're going to start hearing things and seeing things, and people are going to start
Is that my baby?
disappearing.
What the f just happened?
So this time it's a very real threat.
All of the Dark
Bandai
Pictures
Namco?
games, they all pull
Yeah, they did-
something
they-
from
they-
from
they
real
did something
life
over
or
there.
from history, from facts.
I'm gonna get all this
What's
up
the
for some
case
reason.
with the myth or
Nintendo
historical
one.
part of House of Ashes?
So we love looking at
Niggas came back and won.
looking at
Fuck
and
my whole
reading
shit
myths
up.
and legends and stories and doing our research. And we know our fans love it as well, because there's something that they can link into afterwards.
Heard.
And I love doing that when I'm playing games and watching movies myself.
That's savage.
So this one's set 4,000 years ago,
That's crazy.
the Akkadian Empire, and this terrible evil that
Folks
happened.
don't
We have
fuck
this
about nothing.
self-proclaimed God King, Naram Sin, and he essentially cursed his people. He sacked this temple and brought famine and
what- that's the
devastation
one
to
that was
his own
from the training?
people. And so a lot of the history is lost, but we've done a lot of research about it, and then we had a lot of happy accidents that linked into the story we wanted to tell. And the fun thing for us is we get to do our own take on it. We get to twist it, and obviously we've made our own truth from it.
At the end
No,
of
you gotta
the
take the whole
sneak
thing
peek, the
to
trailer, we saw
What do you think I'm gonna do with it?
monsters.
Throw it out, fool.
Tell us a bit more about what's going on there.
The military unit that you're playing as, they don't really know what they're coming up against. They're not human, they're bigger, they're larger, they're faster. The team aren't going to know if there's one or two of them or hundreds
Couldn't
or
think
thousands
straight.
of them. And that's kind of the threat with this. They've got guns. Maybe they could try and take one of them down. but maybe there's another one around the corner, or maybe there's a group of them, and maybe they're going to get ambushed.
Maybe they're like a cluster.
Exactly,
And
yeah,
they all pop
a
out at
nest,
once.
as it were.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
And
spending
it's
way
been
too
really
much
fun to
fucking
work
time.
on and see these things move around and how horrific they can be. They're different to us. They perceive the world in a different way. Getting little snippets of it in the darkness, and did I see that? Was it something that moved? Or is it actually just one of the other soldiers that's stuck in the catacomb?
Who's there?
We like to try and misdirect people on things, that did you see something, did you not? And that's a great thing within horror, that you think you're going to be scared
That
right
was a
now.
lot better.
And we're not going to scare you
No.
now. We'll scare you in a minute when
It's
you're not
coming.
expecting it.
It's always coming.
Yeah, always.
So should we expect a huge amount of peril in the game?
Definitely. We love to do it. It's fun for us to work on. As horrific as it is, and we know that our fans love it as well. So yeah, there's at least 60 unique deaths, and there's a whole ton of variation on that as well. So Merwin and some of the others, you're going to see different things happening to them depending on how you play it out. Getting ripped and shredded and torn, and because there's a firefight, there's going to be bullets flying as well, and all kinds of stuff. And it's not just the deaths; it's the gore that goes along with it, and lots of blood.
Wicked. It sounds absolutely terrifying. I'm in.
Not gonna lie, man. It's pretty bad.
What differences have you made or changes have you made to the gameplay and mechanics for House of Ashes?
We're always evolving the Dark Pictures. We listen to a lot of the feedback from our fans and also our team, what they want to do, how they want to push things forward. So we tried some stuff in Little Hope with more camera control, 360 cameras at certain parts, and we've really leaned on that again, and it really works well. In House of Ashes, lots of the game is set underground, and so these sort of corridors which are really tight and oppressive.
Creepy.
Yeah, indeed. So we've had to learn, because you take away the fixed cameras, and that takes away some opportunities for horror. But we've had to learn new tricks to scare people and ramp up the tension and the chance for jump scares, which we know some people love. We've also got a new torch mechanic, so it's military themed. So these guys are going to be walking around with weapons, with torches mounted on them. We love the lighting that we do, the sort of really inky black darkness that we have, and sort of the contrast to the bright areas. And so you're going to need to lean on that torch to allow you to see where you're going, what the threat is, and that kind of stuff. We've also done things like added difficulty settings to this game. So in Little Hope we added QTE warning icons as an example, and we've got some really good positive feedback about that, but also some people want to turn that off. We want to allow you to play the game in your way. So with our accessibility settings and difficulty settings, if you want to have a more casual experience, you can change those settings. Still, most of your characters are going to end up dead, but that's
Spoilers,
what happens,
yeah,
indeed.
but that's what we come here for. That's
Yeah.
okay, we can deal with it. So I've got to ask, what was it like working with Ashley?
So Ashley was fantastic. She researched Rachel. She understood her when she came on the set, which is so refreshing. She knew her inside out. And Rachel is a flawed character, so she brought that through so fantastically. The rest of the cast were fantastic as well.
When we were looking for Joey, Salim helped me.
You didn't tell me this because...
You'd flip your shit.
We want you to connect to these characters and understand them as humans. We want them to seem real because they're real to us. We spend a long time designing them, and I don't mind if you hate anyone individual character, because you don't like everyone in real life. But maybe you'll like them when you see the journey they go on.
Maybe you'll like them once they're dead and you feel bad about it.
and you feel bad about it, definitely.
Yeah.
But also we want you to save them. We want you to try and save them. We know that some people want to get everyone killed straight away, and that's fine. That's their playthrough.
cool.
That's what
Yeah.
they want to do. But can you get everyone out alive and save as many as you can?
There's a lot of replayability there.
Indeed,
Goes on
yeah.
forever. I like
Yeah.
that. So, last question.
I'll take one.
Favourite scene?
Favourite scenes? So Salim,
If you were talking to me.
Iraqi soldier, and Jason Kolchak, one of the Marines that's there. There's a way that can play out, and a sort of contest between them, and you can make it go in a number of different ways.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
It's really emotional. Seeing them film it, I was lucky enough to be there, and then seeing that come through in game, I think we've got something there. I think that's gold. And then, of course, I love scaring people, so I love the jump scares. I love the moments of tension that we bring. We can't hold you in that moment, so we've got some fantastic jokes in there as well to allow you to relax for a moment before we scare you again.
To take your mind off
Yeah.
the imminent threat. I like that. Dan, thank you so much. This has been really cool to talk about, and I'm sure, I'm excited and terrified in equal part, and everyone else is just excited, I'm sure of it.
And it's been a real pleasure to speak to you, and I can't wait to get it into people's hands.
It's going to happen.
I'm good on that. I'm not playing that. Oh, that wasn't the start of the
Before
show.
we dive in,
About to say, what's going on?
Before we dive in, the House of Ashes, see how scared you got. Of course, we want to thank Razer for being one of the E3 2021 sponsors. Of course, giving us these tired old blades nobody cares about. But this Blade 14, RTX 3080 built right in. Of course, the Razer.
I'm taking that.
Thank you so much. No, I'm taking that.
Okay, we'll fight.
Okay, well,
we've done it before.
You know what? I'll take the hand-me-down. I'll be a little.
What? Stop the cap. Stop the cap. That
We expected to see it today, but I don't think we expected to see this much. This gave me chills. It made me tear up a little bit. I'm a grown man. I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm confident. And I will say, there's so much to unpack here. We got all these new mechanics, new
Stop the
locations,
cap.
new weapons and stuff like that. Zach, I want to start with...
Ryan doesn't wear it.
What
Golden
the hell
Age
just happened?
Dark Pictures Anthology.
Yeah.
Your first glimpse of it. We have some reactions.
Everybody's shit fucking up right now. That's what it's looking like. Oh no, bro.
Not terrified, thankfully, because it was just a a normal trailer, which is fine. And there's my face.
You're unsettled for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, you don't like that. You don't
Yeah,
like
don't like that.
No.
Not a fan of that one either. Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, I think that was one of the jumps.
Dark Picture and
Oh, there's the goat. We got the goat back.
Ashes. So Supermassive Games in Liverpool, UK, making that one, being published by Bandai Namco. I personally have fallen off the Dark Pictures anthology, very guilty, but I did love Until Dawn. I had a great time with that one. Persia, what about you? What's your experience with Dark Pictures?
I played Man of Medan, which was interesting because I hadn't really played Until Dawn, so I didn't know what to expect even hopping into that one, but there was some sort of satisfaction kind of going through it all and seeing everyone
Hey, my man Tamori, like, he is not with the bullshit.
Yeah, so now I'm thinking about how they were talking about all of the bloody deaths coming and how...
Where's Namco's show at? What's
let's
going
see
on?
if we can run this back.
I was gonna say, because the dev was saying that, like, obviously there are people who you're gonna want to kill, or at least there are always players who are gonna try and kill everyone. I am a player who will try and save as many as I can, so I can't really identify. Tam, what's your experience with these ones?
Yeah, I played a bunch of Man of Medan, and I went to like a kind of like spoke to the developers behind it, and I think the thing about it for me currently is the ambition that the developers have for it, especially coming off Until Dawn and the critical acclaim that they got for that, and what they've executed on has been slightly at odds with each other. I feel like they've got the spark of something and it's just not quite hitting in terms of one thing or another. Sometimes it's like the writing's not all there, sometimes it's like the atmosphere's not quite there, or like the decision-making moments aren't perhaps amazing. This one definitely feels like it's starting to look like it could be the most interesting, especially thematically, narratively. So I'm really excited to jump back into it and see how they deal with it. Like the idea of a kind of like military setting where this weird supernatural thing is happening and how that impacts the people around it, the mental states of them, and then them knowing that in terms of gameplay they needed to shake it up a bit. I think that is really good, a really good sign going into this new entry in that series. So I am definitely more inclined to keep an eye on it and check it out when it comes out for sure.
Yeah, I think to your point there, if you think about Until Dawn, I remember when that one was announced, came out 2015, I remember it being announced like way ahead, and it was very different. I think I remember it was like a PlayStation Move game, like you use the PS Move as sort of your torch or flashlight, and then ultimately like the way that game evolved. And so maybe Supermassive have learned something and they're just kind of making these shorter experiences that are still, full to the brim of player choice, but are maybe less ambitious in all the millions of different permutations you could potentially get in Until Dawn.
Where the fuck is
Probably
Bandai Namco?
exaggerating when I say millions.
And no one's saying nothing?
So it's good to see, and also means that they can be a little bit quicker when it comes to reacting to things like player feedback. As you can see, they're changing their accessibility options, which is always a fantastic thing to hear and see developers do, but also changing the way that they're adding like difficulty settings and they're changing the camera stuff, because I loved Until Dawn in the way that it had like this filmic quality. It was, every shot seemed very, very deliberate, and it's obviously, you know, a throwback to something like Resident Evil, where you sort of have the tank controls and the very deliberately posed cameras. But that does mean that like some players are not going to enjoy that, and so I'm intrigued to see them experiment with a freer camera for this one. The story hasn't particularly grabbed me just yet, because I have never heard of the Akkadian Empire. British schooling, unfortunately, did not go that far, but it sounds intriguing, like a court that kind of ends up all bloody and full of betrayal. I love that stuff. Persia, what do you make of the setting and the fact that Ashley, like I didn't realize Ashley Tisdale was in it. Obviously, they always have like a big name, like Sean Ashmore, Rami Malek, Hayden Panettiere.
What are
like,
they doing?
They always have these big names, and now Ashley Tisdale.
I know. I didn't know either until we were watching the presentation, and obviously, you know, my guilty pleasure was High School Musical back in the day.
Damn, go fuck it up.
Hey, it is not a guilty pleasure.
Oh, y'all got the stream on out there? Hyper hard.
You know, and I felt like maybe we'll see that out of House of Ashes rising to the top, because like you were mentioning before, there are a lot of elements where they might have fallen short before, and I feel like they're kind of addressing all of that now. We saw from the mocap sessions, and even hearing like the voice acting and how people like Ashley Tisdale approach becoming a character, it looks very involved, so I'm interested to see more. And they were mentioning, you know,
seconds ago, it's
we gotta find new ways to scare people, but they definitely had no issue scaring me in the ones that I played. So I'm like, do you? But for everyone else who's, you know, much tougher than I am when it comes to horror games, they are specifically looking towards you guys to seemingly make scarier things happen.
No, that's Konami.
I'm just gonna have to brace myself for it.
Fuck them too, though.
House of Ashes is coming out later this year, so this is the final day of the official E3 broadcast. We still have 2 more days of GameSpot's Play for All, so it's going to be packed full of developer interviews, exclusive trailers, gameplay, as well as sessions with some well-known faces from around the industry to chat about the big reveals from this week. But today, like, because the stream ain't going nowhere, today we also have the GameSpot Showcase, which is something that Tam helped put together in collaboration with The Mix.
What?
Tam, do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
That's crazy.
Yeah, so the GameSpot Showcase is something that is quite near and dear to our hearts, and my heart specifically as well. To get it out of the way, because I know what it's like to go into a showcase not knowing what's there. This isn't about AAA experiences. This isn't, you're not going to get an Elden Ring here. You won't see Halo pop up. You won't have any AAA games like that. However, the games that are going to be there are really cool. They're really interesting. I hand-selected a bunch of them myself, and my approach to it was like,
Bro, this cannot
I'm going
be
to pick a bunch of games that I know my friends are going to like. And
This
there's
cannot
games in
be
there that I
happening
thought about when I saw them. It was like, oh, this person that I work with is going to love this. Or this person I know is going to love this. And they're all games that are tied together thematically or in terms of purpose, in that they are exploring
Randy in America.
Huh? What's that, babe?
Link was walking
of
and then he, like,
diverse
smacked his face
perspectives, or they're created by, you know, teams that want
You
to
alright,
have
buddy?
a message, or they're games that are designed to be uplifting and
Oh, yeah.
cozy and that kind of stuff.
Um,
This is the kind of stuff that I think is going to be, like I said, not blockbuster games that you're going to be like, holy moly, this is going to
Gone.
be game of the year. I mean, some of them
No
will be
more
game of the year, I'm sure, for a lot
I
of
need
people.
that shit.
But it's the smaller experiences that are going to be meaningful to you in your life, and they will either make you feel good about playing them, or they'll make you think when you put them down, or you'll want to speak to someone and be like, you should check this game out. It's a small indie game that's really, really neat. And it's split up into an hour, and there are 4 interviews that are going to happen during that whole hour, and they're for 4 games that come from people, or they're 4 ideas, or get 4 games that I really like stuck with me and I wanted to explore them. So they're like maybe 5 or 6 minutes each per interview. In between that, we're just going to be talking about, here's a bunch of games, and we're going to show a quick hits of trailers.
I mean,
for these games.
you can't be mad at them. It's not their fault. This is Bandai Namco's fault for not having the game.
Myself and Randy,
They didn't have their stream
the
set up
team
right, I
at the Mix
guess.
that worked on it were very cognizant of the fact that, of the pacing of it. We didn't want to have people like
Did I leave the
falling
hair in
asleep watching these kind of showcases and not really giving things,
I shaved
giving
before the
people
interview.
things to get excited about. So we made an effort
And
to make
I
sure
meant
that
to
there's
put
always
paper
gonna be
towels down, but
something
I
that
was rushing.
someone watching there is going to be
I
like,
got
oh, that's
cleaned
cool,
all
that's
this up
cool. Or
and all
as in the interview sections,
up real quick.
there's stuff there that you're going
For the interview.
to say like, oh, that's an
when
interesting
it's,
perspective or subject matter.
You want mine?
So yeah, please do check it out and share it and let people know. This is the first time we've done anything like this, and I hope
go to
that
you guys.
people take to it because I'd love to do more of it.
Yeah, well, that is today at 3:30 p.m. or 3:35, I think it is, if you want the specific timings. We'll be streaming the whole thing. You can also find it on the ESA's broadcast, E3's broadcast. But it's going to be a good time, and Dan's put a lot of hard work, as well as the folks at the Mix, to put it all together. So make sure you watch. That's not all that we have today. The official E3 awards are also happening. Persia, I mean, what do you think is going to be? What do you think is the game that is going to like walk away with the most awards today?
I mean, it's tough because when I first started watching all the press conferences as they were coming by, every conference had one that caught my eye. But I gotta stick with my roots. Like the Halo multiplayer looked really, really good. It got me super excited, and honestly, I've watched it so many times, slowing it down, looking at everything, seeing what's new, what's coming back, and it just reminds me of the old days when I used to play so much Halo 2 and breaking the game down with friends, and I'm ready to run it all back. 2021, holiday season is coming, so honestly, I gotta give all my love to Halo, even though there were a ton of games that were really cool. Like, my second favorite is probably Redfall so far. I really love the cinematic, I love the theme. Some friends of mine, we've been kind of trying out like VTM and stuff, and there was also a VTM game too. There's just so much. It's just hard to pin down. It's hard to pin down anything, but
it's literally
Halo's
like
definitely gonna be it for me.
the Namco stream thing.
Sam, what about you?
Everywhere.
You know the answer to this. You know the answer to this.
Well, does it count though?
Nintendo came through, and
I do not
somehow
care. In the last month,
it-
the best thing to happen to the world has been an Elden Ring trailer and a release date. We got a release date and
I
a
know.
trailer. That is wild.
But Nintendo proved that they
Elden
literally
Ring
got
is-
so
yeah,
much in the
is-
bag that
is
they don't need to
Of
do
the- of the
anything. That's
event,
what's so
of the
scary.
E3 season, the Summer Games mess.
We got
Elden Ring is my
we got
pick.
Metroid 5
But if
after
I had to
19
pick
years.
outside of that, I
With
would
no
have said
warning
Halo,
it was
but
coming.
Persia locked it down. So, and I appreciate
There was
that.
no
But I think it's
warning
games
that
like
Metroid
it.
5 was happening.
Same thing with
But
Origami.
Metroid looks
But this is like,
amazing.
even though
I'm
like
so
Origami
excited for
King
that.
dropped
Advance Wars is back, and
like
I'm
that,
so excited
this
for that as well.
is
And
way more
Replaced as
impactful
well, I think,
because
is
this is
one
a
that
2D
really stood out to me.
Metroid game
Such a
in
cool looking game.
2021.
But if I had to pick
What,
one of those,
game did they play in the
Metroid
treehouse?
Dread, easy.
Metroid
Yeah, I mean,
and
it's been.
Shin Megami Tensei 5.
I don't know, like I've been sort of trying to
And,
make a list as we've
Mario
gone
Golf
through
looks
E3
fucking
about games
amazing.
that I've really got my eye on.
Mario
Definitely
Golf
Elden
looks
Ring.
really good. They
Absolutely
even-
How's Mario Party
Redfall,
looking? 'Cause I
Halo
miss
as
playing Mario
well.
Party.
It is Mario Party. It's the
Rabbit
64
Way
maps.
too. Mario
So
plus
they actually
Rabbit.
remastered all
Also,
the 64
I'm
maps,
weirdly
100 mini
excited about
games
Rocksmith
from
Plus,
Mario Party
even though
64 and GameCube. So the good mini games, we're getting all of those
it's a piece of
remastered.
training software, I suppose. But I think for me, I think Persia, you kind of nailed it when you were talking about Redfall. Like anything that Arcane makes, I'm gonna just absolutely eat up. And I love that this. Obviously, it is a CGI trailer. Not
So
indicative
Nintendo
of
came through,
gameplay
didn't have
or
no
the
issues on their
world
stream.
that they
Dropped
look like
game
they're
after
working
game.
in and
I'm dead ass
building.
about to play their
That
stream
was my
again.
favorite
Like it was
part
that
of Arcane
good.
games is
Their,
the
I believe
strength
that
of
their
the world
direct was so
building
fucking
meets the
good. I'm about to play it
strength of
again.
the
If
artistic
Bandai,
direction and how
if
those
Bandai, if they
fuse
don't
together.
start, let me see what Young is saying.
If you're just tuning in, this is just the post show after the kind of underwhelming Bandai Namco event. I should pause this so I stop making people think that the conference is still happening. It's not. For those who are here for Bandai Namco, it's over. They showed one game, House of Ashes. Nothing new, no
That
new
was
Elden Ring
it?
stuff, unfortunately. So, feel free to tune out if you think this is this was not worthwhile. Just want to make sure everyone's aware of what's happening. Nier cited. I love it. Nier, but Nier the game series cited. I like that. Game Pass subscribers won E3 big time. For sure. Oh my god, the amount. 27 of the 30 games. 27 out of the 30 games they showed off at the Bethesda press conference are all coming to Game Pass. the value for that service and that subscription is getting better and better by the
They came
day.
to show us a point-and-click adventure and left.
Microsoft definitely is nailing that aspect. Much.
I started streaming again for that. Stop it. Stop it. Bandai did not just come through. Stop. That's a joke. This is a joke. This is a joke. Open the door real quick for me, baby. Please. Like, did y'all just hear what I heard? What
Very much
on
worth
God's
commending them
green
for that.
earth?
Alex Mitchell, is it bad that I'm hoping for a new Naruto game that's like Kakarot? That'd be kind of cool. I'm sure plenty of fans would really dig that. And I don't see why that wouldn't be a possibility.
Nintendo,
just given the
Freedom
popularity of
Games,
Naruto, it's probably more
Battlefield
popular than
2049.
Dragon
That's the
Ball, I'd
only.
say, in
That's
some
it.
regards.
Oh, this review about to
All
be
right, I believe
spicy.
I've gone through all the super chats. I don't wish to linger here much longer.
Nah, bro.
This was the Bandai Namco. I don't know. I don't want to call it a press conference.
That wasn't a press conference. What the
Single
fuck
game
was that?
showcase, which the game itself looks.
No,
all
bro,
right.
that can't be
Looks,
it, bro. Stop it. I got
like
it.
it'll find its audience, but I wasn't super entranced by it. So, in the not so distant future, in a day or two, I'll kind of summarize what happened at E3 and who I thought were the winners and losers.
Stop
So look forward to
the
that.
cap.
Which were the better conferences, which were the mid-tier conferences, which were the really bottom of the barrel ones.
I'm on Twitter right now. This can't be real, bro.
So that should be
fun
to do. And that aside, thank you for just hanging out with me throughout all of E3. And hopefully we can
Is this a
keep the
joke,
news
bro?
rolling. I'll keep you guys updated on all of the latest developments. And hopefully
Pac-Man,
we'll see
Digimon,
some
like it,
cool
like
stuff from EA at EA Play, and then Sony's hosting their own event for PlayStation, their own State of Play. So I'll tune in for that. So
I got
more streams
questions.
to look forward to. The Last Horizon Ghost of War says Blue Box just Team Silent Hill. Ooh, is that so? I'll have to look into that. But with that, folks, I will see you guys next time. Young out.
Yo.
So we have 2 days of live streams starting tomorrow, 9 a.m. I believe, running until about 2 or 3. So we're kind of all going to be anchoring like Tam, Persia, and I, Kurt, Dave, going to be popping on as well. And then we're going to be chatting about the interviews and the hands-on. And,
Jesus himself couldn't have wrote
gameplay
this.
and trailers that we're going to be showing. I don't know how.
Who are the
popular
timekeepers? Who wrote this dead? Like who?
Tam, maybe you can.
I don't think it's super.
Bandai saw Namco and said we can't follow that up and left.
To a bunch of, executives and people who you would have seen on stage at E3 or developers that are key minds behind some of these games. And as always, we did interviews with them, we spoke to them, and we've kind of been storing that up for the next couple of days. The hubbub of the press conferences and the reveals.
They had a press conference with quotations
games that have been shown, and also hear from the people that are behind it. So we will have interviews with the likes of
God
the
damn it.
and we'll have interviews with Nintendo folks and folks that are working at
Bro,
on games. So
this cannot be happening.
Tuning in over the next couple
And
of
I know
days.
it is. I'm
like
so
Missy said, we're all going to be there as well, and
Debbie said
kind of
Bandai
the
Namco
storm has
Entertainment. It
passed
doesn't
now,
say
so
us a
we're
short
kind of
one.
calming down, so we're just gonna have fun with it. We're gonna keep it easy breezy, maybe get a bit weird. So we'll make sure to make it entertaining for you, as well as it being informative and insightful from the people that we bring on. And obviously, it's loads of trailers as well. So a lot of exclusive trailers as well. So you'll get a good helping of everything you want from it.
Like I can't. You can't fault no one but the
And
big
I
wigs.
mean, I know you said that we're slowing down, but we're not really. So if you remember what we did with
Capcom,
last year,
we had the
it
worst
was like
E3
a
show ever.
6-week-long event,
Bandai Namco.
where we had sort of the
Hold
E3
my
side
hat,
of it, you know,
nigga.
like,
They said
3
hold
major
my
press
hat.
conferences in that time, so obviously everyone was
Holy
spread out, then just being every
shit.
week, and so it was 6 weeks long. And if we weren't doing something,
Oh, I'm definitely about to
new
supercut this
releases,
with the
or press
dumbest
conferences, we
meme.
were running charity streams,
Oh
we
man,
raised
the
a lot of money
meme game
last
is
year
about to be so
for Black
strong
Lives
right now.
Matter and direct COVID support. So this year, that's coming
Yo,
back in earnest.
if you
We
here,
are
hop on Twitter.
Able
It
Gamers.
just type in Bandai Namco. Just hop on Twitter. It's trending. It's
People with
trending on Twitter. They
disabilities,
trending.
Just play
They
games. and,
trending
like,
right
their
now.
mission is so
What do
strong,
you
and
mean?
That Sailor Moon. The Sailor Moon
Did that shit. It's exactly what the hell happened. You ain't even do anything. I'm gone. I'm gone. Hey, hold on. No, I need to. No, I don't want that shit, Glee.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Yo, he didn't show up for his first day of work.
Bro.
Goddamn code.
Okay, like, wait a minute. Hold the press. I gotta put this on big screen mode. We back. Hold on, let me put on some stressful music. We back. We doing this again. Hold on. Hey man, we'll let you edit this one. Hold on.
When you supposed to drop an exclusive and push it back another year, you just got damn code.
Like, we know all your games coming out. Show some trailers or something. Everybody else did.
Bro, everybody was so mad. Everybody was showing trailers. They said, "Fuck it, we ain't gonna show the
No,
trailers."
hold up. I got real good music. Yeah, no, we getting some. All right, I got questions. How in the hell? They really showed up. And Namco showed up with a quarter of a game and left. They showed the fuck up with a quarter of a game and left. Like, I was hoping for a trailer reel. I was hoping for, like, just something cool. And they came through with a point-and-click adventure. This E3 is an abomination. This shit. They want us to give slack because, oh, it's a pandemic. People had to go through situations. Motherfucker, all of us that are left here, we survived. We've actually been working on shit this whole time. So if we can do that on a regular human level, I expect niggas with money to be able to just change something. And Nintendo proved that they had so much shit in the tub. Those games probably been done for the past 3 years. And they said, hey man, we got a pandemic, man. Go ahead and hit the reserve tank. Bandai Namco came through with a quarter of an they didn't come through with a game. That was not a fucking game. Let's be real. Them shits are not games. They are movies, they're interactive films. Bandai Namco showed y'all an interactive film and didn't even show their logo on the screen. We ain't see Pac-Man. There was no Tails. Not near Ghosts. Yo. The E3 as a whole, 2 out of 10. Even with Nintendo shit, 2 out of 10. Horrible. Fucking terrible. Baby, you have more shit to show than these niggas. Hold on. We about to hit a real beat. Let's go to Twitter. Hold on, we go to Twitter. Hold on. Oh shit. Let's do it. Bandai Namco, what you doing? Wow. Oh, this is top 5 funniest things to happen in gaming history, yo. Top 5. All time, bro. Capcom, we had to work. Hold my hat. One game for you to buy. No, oh, hold up. We gotta say that with the lyric. Let me pause this real quick. Hold up. He said one game for YouTube buys. No other game shown at this time. It's good. Holy shit. Like, hold on. What is Namco saying? Stop. What time is it? It's 6 p.m. 41 minutes. Did I miss something? That's literally it. That's literally it. Namco, Bandai Namco presents House of Ashes. They didn't say that on the list. They didn't tell us that on the list. They forgot to do a presentation.
Are you going down this Twitter page?
I went to Bandai Namco's actual page and the post that they said that they're doing the stream literally 43 minutes ago. So now I got questions on here. It says Namco presents House of Ashes, right? But then when we look on the E3 page, it just says Namco. Bandai Namco Entertainment. And I think that's the time slot. And then there's another one an hour later after it. So we thinking at least it's going to be 30 minutes. A point and click adventure, my nigga. That's a point and click adventure.
Freddy the Fish did us better.
Facts. And it's more fun. It's more fun than this shit. What the fuck is House of Ashes, my nigga? Like the audacity. Cue the music. Cue the music. Cue the music. How dare the audacity of these motherfuckers to come through and show us a movie. Y'all gotta go. Somebody gotta go. E3 dead. Jeff Keighley alone has done more than E3 has done for the gaming culture in the past 10 years. Jeff Keighley is the GOAT. In my personal opinion, he has done more. He had a show before E3 started that has been better than the entirety of E3. What'd you say, baby?
I said I feel like this whole show is just designated for us to be aware of tomorrow, whatever his name is.
That these niggas are alive and actually exist as human beings on this earth. And I'm just like, yo.
NFT.
That NFT shit, Blocko's chain party, I want to go up there and fight them because I know that was a scam. And they sitting up there smiling, ha ha, hee hee, and in the video, ain't nobody at their computer developing a damn thing looking like they just straight up copied Roblox and made that shit into a scam. These niggas got scammed. And I'm just sitting here like, yo, are we really about to see something cool from Bandai Namco? What them niggas say to us? No. Wow. Wow. Like, they could have showed shit that was... Right there, I agree. How could you do this to me? How could you do this to me? Clown. All of these dudes failed, man. They fucking failed. E3 is dead. I'm stopping the stream. E3 is dead. We doing a review and I'm dropping it eventually. The wife gonna edit this one. I'm out. Y'all have a good ass night. I love you. Drink some water and do some push-ups. I love you. Oh man. What the fuck is House of Ashes? That sounds like a Drake album. That sounds like a Drake mixtape, not even a full album. Just maybe 8 songs.
Sound like you on Wednesdays.
What, House of Ashes? No, baby, that's me today. I'm ashy right now.